I was honored to be able to travel to Green Turtle Cay in late 2019 to help with cleanup efforts after Hurricane Dorian. And I was humbled by all the wonderful, kind, and generous people that I met on the island. The local residents were working hand in hand with all the volunteers to help get the island back together. In between trips to the city dump and helping move food items from one storage area to another and helping organize some of the school supplies, I had a chance to sit down with a couple people and do some interviews. Now, I'm a little embarrassed because this video has taken so long to get completed. Originally, its intent was to shine a light on all of the efforts that Green Turtle Cay was doing at the time, which was primarily focused on getting 4 walls and a roof over the tops of residences and businesses, and that has been a huge success. Today, the foundation is working on getting the primary school rebuilt, which will also serve as a hurricane shelter for future storms and a community center. There's also going to be a museum on the site. But before I get into those plans, I want to introduce you to Sarah Gordon. She is one of the many volunteers that I met while I was on the island.
I've been coming to Green Turtle my entire life. I'm a second homeowner, spent some time living here as a teenager, and the foundation was already in place, and I knew a man who is now the director of it. And so when I saw what had happened with the hurricane, and I already had the personal connection, I reached out to them to see what I could do to help on the Cay here. So I started coming to Green Turtle as a very young kid. It was my summer playground, essentially. You know, I lived on a boat with my family in the summers, and we parked at the Green Turtle Club, and I started just kind of falling in love with the island and the people and the environment, and it really became where I felt most at home. It's funny, you walk around and you meet people, and very quickly they become family. And so in high school I decided to do online school. It worked best for me, and so I spent, part of my year here in Green Turtle and really just forged all of my closest friends, and where I consider home now is here. The foundation originally started by a guy who is a second homeowner, and he really wanted to figure out a way that visitors who came and fell in love with the island could give back to the community and kind of focus on things like school and medical and community efforts. And so it was already in place as something that was kind of small and just as a little thing that they gave money to every year, whether it was a school or a town park or town something that they were looking for. They really just kind of had the infrastructure in place so that when the hurricane hit and all of this love was being outpoured to the island and wanting to see it get back to where it could be, it was already a nonprofit that could facilitate those sort of donations. I think that the foundation is really interesting because it has its hands in so many pieces of projects, but everyone who is involved in it from the state side or from the management side is a volunteer. The objectives of the foundation is, first and foremost to facilitate the island getting back to where it was, both in community efforts like the school, the clinic, the basic needs of the town, but on a personal, individual, business, and on home basis. They were always set out to build up the community in whatever way that we could, education, medical, just township. So now that this hurricane has come, it's about getting it back and better to where we can keep moving forward.
Thank you, Sarah, for joining me on that very windy day and sharing with us some of your story and the basics of the Green Turtle Cay Foundation. Now I want to share the plans for the school and encourage you to help if you feel led. This project has been designed in conjunction with local island leadership and the teachers of Amy Roberts Primary School. The project will be funded entirely by the foundation and will include 4 things. The school, a hurricane shelter that is built to modern standards, a community center, and a museum. The exterior will follow the tradition of the previous school building, paying homage to the history of the school and the island. The plans include parking areas to accommodate the use of the school and new walkways to provide covered areas for movement between buildings. The original school building will be replicated and rebuilt on the site to serve as a future museum and community center for special events. Portions of the original school have been salvaged for use in the replicated building, which will also include school artifacts as part of the museum. I want to personally express my gratitude to the foundation and continue to send my best wishes to the Green Turtle Cay community. If you felt led to get involved in this, please find the GoFundMe link that is in the description of this video or found in the comments. All of your donations are tax deductible in the US and any amount is appreciated. I'm very excited for the island and especially the kids that will be impacted by the new school. I'm looking forward to the next time I can visit, but until then, remember, be the light and go out into your world and make a difference. Thanks for watching.